Hey, so a couple days ago I just moved into this room that I'm subletting in Toronto. I've got a couple really sweet roommates and it's just a really cozy spot in a nice area, so I'm really excited. And it's a new year, it's 2024, and I'm freshly monetized on youtube.com. I'm just feeling motivated and also nervous to keep going on here and doing what I want, but also pushing myself out of my comfort zone because I know it's what I want, but I am so anxious. I mean, I've already told everyone that I live with that I make these little videos, so hopefully they don't. Hopefully it's fine that I'm talking to myself, and it is fine. And if any one of my roommates was going to be doing it, I'd be fine with it. I don't know what part of my childhood raised me to be someone who's like terrified of stepping on any toes in any way, but that's what I have going on. And they were telling me how apparently one of our rooms is kind of really soundproof, so I might talk to myself in there a lot. But this is nice, and it's just the same as having a phone call with a friend. It's nice to have a couple subscribers. I can feel like I'm actually talking to someone because I am. So it's just, it's fun. But anyways, I'm here, and I'm really glad I'm all moved in. Oh, I've just noticed something. Don't tell anyone, but I already almost started a fire. I didn't. Just a spark got out of my candle but it's all cleaned up. It's fine. Nothing happened. I started watching Slushy Noobs. I love Martin and Hamza's videos, and it's cool that they live in Toronto too. I can kind of get some inspiration for what I want to do. Like, they make content that's just so simple and fun, and it's motivating because that's kind of also just what I want to do, and I can find myself overthinking it so much. And there are some projects I want to do that require more production and whatever, but I always just want to keep it simple. I'm really excited to be living here, and just being in such a social atmosphere is gonna make it hopefully a lot easier to keep making stuff that's fun to make and fun to watch. So we'll see about that, won't we? We will just see about that. And maybe over time I'll have more confidence to talk into my microphone with my diaphragm. But hey, the ASMR isn't so bad. I think I have a good soft-spoken voice as well. I think that's pleasant. So I just had a Nando's peri wrap that I made for myself. Nando's, if you ever want to sponsor Tiana Water Silk Limited, then you feel free to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna go get coffee with my friend and continue to what am I doing? What am I saying? I'm having a really hard time talking right now.
So yeah, as I was saying about leave it down there. It's almost like you're illicitly recording me.
Right.
So yeah, the product.
Right.
We'll leave it in the washroom at Kipling.
Oh, okay.
The second stall behind it. Okay. Got about 4 kilos there.
Okay.
So make sure you bring like a little.
75.
No, 4.
This is the guy who wants 5.
No, this is 4 kilos. Yeah. You're not a cop, right? I just want to confirm you're not a wire.
Why would I get a cop?
Hey, what's this? What's this?
Whoa, dude.
Wait.
No, that's just for my document. That's just for the archive.
Have you been filming this whole time?
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just
How's it look?
It looks great. Wait, let me just get this up.
Are you doing documenting me?
Yeah, just documenting.
She was like one of those 3D skater things, but it's like.
Oh, there, that's good.
I just went out and saw my friend Andre, and it was really nice. I feel like I'm constantly struggling to do what I want. I think about what I want to do with my life so much of the time. And then when I go to do it, I feel really scared. And like something terrible is going to happen. When that's just not the case. And things frequently work out for me, and actually I couldn't tell you very many stories of when they don't. So there's that. But it was really nice to go and see Andre. We went to Jimmy's Coffee, of course. classic Toronto spa. Had some nice conversation, but I also find myself being socially awkward lately and actively thinking well in conversation about how I could be doing better at talking to someone, and thinking, how can I not be more charming? I listen to so much of the Conan O'Brien podcast. How could I not be more witty and interesting to have a coffee with? But I'm not Conan O'Brien, and I certainly shouldn't be, and I'm Tiana. I'm Water Silk. That's who I am. And I hope that over my time being nonchalantly unabashed here in Toronto, the city of Toronto, I hope I can learn a bit more that I don't need to be Conan O'Brien, and that it's awesome being Water Silk. You know? And I just want to do what I want and just be able to tell people this is what I'm doing. And I was kind of talking to Andre a little bit about that, and how 2024 is my year of Joe Pera, just trying to channel his nonchalant unabashedness, and that Joe Pera is going to do what Joe Pera does, unabashedly, but not obnoxiously. He has a very warm and wholesome energy, and that being unabashed doesn't mean being offensively expressive, you know, because I think my biggest fear is getting in the way or annoying people. But you can have such a pleasant energy while being expressive. Doesn't always mean being annoying. And it's a feeling that I frequently think that I've gotten over, but apparently it's back, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with being in a very new place. I mean, Toronto isn't necessarily new to me, but the setting is, and I just need to remind myself that I'm experiencing something new, so I'm probably going to be a bit nervous about it, and that's only human. But I'm thinking, in the spirit of Joe Pera, tomorrow maybe we'll go and see some nature, and maybe we can learn something about nature. So I'm gonna go for now, but tomorrow I'll see you, and we'll do a bit of a Joe Pera meditation, and you'll see what that looks like, and I won't explain much further. Oh no! I wasn't recording that whole time. I clicked the wrong button. This is sad. What do? Do I just go with the audio one? I think it's gonna be really windy. I don't know if I'll be able to use it. Damn. That sucks. But what would John Wilson do? Hey guys, it's me editing, and I just wanted to warn you that I do refer to Joe Pera as John Wilson for this entire outing, so I'm really sorry. And I am talking about Joe Pera, but when I got back I did realize that maybe the two are pretty interchangeable. They both have similar vibes. I'll let you resonate on that. So what I was doing is that I was thinking about the natural history of Toronto, more specifically Queen's Park, which I wanted to go to, but I was busy with an event, so I came over here to a different nearby park. But what we learned was from an excerpt on the Royal Ontario Museum's website, which says, 15,000 years ago, all of Ontario was covered by glacial ice measuring up to 1.5 kilometers thick. Lake Iroquois formed when these glaciers receded. Queen's Park lies on the sandy sediment that were deposited on the bottom of Lake Iroquois. This glacial lake eventually receded to the level of Lake Ontario. Prior to European settlement, much of Toronto was covered by native oak and pine forest. Some of the large red and white oaks growing in the park today descend from that original landscape. By the mid-1800s, early Torontarians were planting a variety of trees introduced from their European homelands. This planting of non-native trees continued through much of the 20th century and accounts for many of the trees found in Queen's Park today. The park is now being planted with trees that are native to Ontario with an aim to restore its original natural character. So that's pretty awesome. And and then there's a list of common trees found in Toronto's Queen Park, and probably this one too. There's probably a couple of these behind me. Little leaf linden, Norway maple, silver maple, white oak, red oak, ash species, honey locust, Austrian pine, white birch. It's a bit hard to try to identify them without their leaves, so I guess you can kind of tell what's a birch at least. Very specific birch bark. And it has been very good living in Toronto in terms of being social. I saw some friends last night. We went out, got some pad thai, and had apple cider. It was really sweet. And yeah, even just having roommates has been good. It's always good to walk out of your room and not be met with an empty apartment. Nice to see life happening there. And I've got a few hangouts lined up for the rest of the month, so I'm really excited to see friends, some that I've known for a long time, some that are more recent. And also to make things with them. And I mean, I want to spend quality time, just have fun with my friends. I feel like I've been so worried about working lately, just so worried about work that it's kind of drained a lot of my creative brain, my natural creativity, and even my humor. I feel a bit drained, but I feel like hanging out with friends and going to the park can be so healing in that regard, so I'm hoping this will help me. I was also saying in my other clip where the sound wasn't recording that I'm trying to think more like what would John Wilson do. I'm climbing up a very steep hill right now. But yeah, I'm trying to be inspired by the thought of what would John Wilson do? Because, you know, maybe what he does is considered vlogging in a sense, in a way, in a fictional way, but of course it's a character. But there's still something to be taken from how neighborly he views himself, but also his neighbors. It's like a trust that he has in his community, and also just wants to learn about rocks and stuff. And I'm inspired by that. He just seems at peace, and also one with his community. Even though there's conflict, I feel like there's like a sense of like believing in the neighborliness of yourself and others, and believing that there is a kindness vibrating within the human race, hopefully. So I'm just trying to navigate YouTube with that in mind, and there's an unabashedness, I feel like, to his kindness and the kindness that he has with himself and his neighborhood. And again, I'm taking that with me as I try to publicly film myself. And not even just with making videos, but also with anything I try to do with my life. So yeah. But my battery's dead. Bye. Y'all, this is hilarious. Okay, wait. I can't believe myself. Guys, I've been calling Joe Pera John Wilson this whole time. I don't think it's my fault though. Like, maybe white men should just start having different names. Joe and John, I'm supposed to not get that mixed up. There he is. I think I was saying Joe Pera earlier in the video, but when I was at the park, I had John Wilson on the mind. And it's not, and they're similar. They're similar, and actually I could say everything that I said about John Wilson that I did about Joe Pera, really. I mean, one just believes in ASMR more than the other. They have a lot of differences, but they would be good neighbors. They would be best friends, is the thing. Like, but I just wanted to like look a bit more into Joe Pera, since we're on the topic. And you know how we do research on this channel, it's Wikipedia. Creating and starring in Adult Swim's Joe Pera talks with you. He was born in Buffalo, New York and studied film at Ithaca College. Won the college's stand-up competition 3 times. Whoa. Then he moved to New York to pursue comedy and participated in open mic nights as often as possible. He's got a few YouTube series that I need to look into. Perfect Week, The Pancake Breakfast Critic, How to Make It in USA, Townsend's Stabby's World, and Drifting Off with Joe Pera. What's his official website like? Okay, it's a good website, of course. Very good website. Thank you, Joe Pera, for a nice website. And of course he does. I love the mittens, this is great. Contact museum, mailing list, merch, videos, shows. I want to contact him. Feel free to reach out about stand-up, writing, or directing, which I've done for many of the videos here. Okay. Or the Gmail. Okay, I truly appreciate receiving your emails, but don't always have time to respond. Okay, it doesn't say anything about reaching out to hang out. So, bummer. What kind of shows he got? I think he has one coming up in Toronto. Maybe not. No, just all in the US. Oh, here we go. Danforth. On May 31st at 8 p.m. Just Joe Pera. I'm new to the Joe Pera tomato infatuation. Oh, wow. You never know what comes up when looking for images. A waterfall TV. This is really great. And it makes you wonder why people didn't do it sooner. I think you know that I really love waterfalls. I went to 12 waterfalls in one day once before. If you're here, you will know. If you've been around, you'd know that. I feel like when I think about just encompassing a Joe Pera energy, it just consists of loving what you love, having a silly goose time, and enjoying the company of your neighbors. So that's what I'm doing, and that's the mindset that I'm bringing into 2024. And I'm hoping that I can commit to that, because I think it can only bring good things, and I think I'll be surprised what happens when I just go for it. So, this is Water Silk signing off. I'll see you next time. Remember to ask yourself, what would Joe Pera do? Bye.